most times I keep wondering why some persons want to learn a skill and they don't have the gadget they will use in learning the skill. I do have this complaint most times. They'll come to meet me and they'll be like, Paul Johnson, I want to learn graphics design, I want to learn photography, I want to learn copywriting and all of that. And the first question I will ask them is, do you have the gadget you will use in learning the skill? And they'll be like, I don't have it and all of that. What you don't really know is this: there is no way you will learn that skill without having the gadget you need for that skill. I know how I suffered it. Like, my passion was graphic design, but then I was not having laptop. So you will see the way I was just running from one person's house to another to make sure I just watch the way the person does it. And when I'm done watching, the person will not say, Oga Polu, come now, come and touch a little bit. Why? Because of course the laptop is expensive and the person don't want to toy with. He saw a laptop. So I struggled for a very long time because I just kept watching. What you don't know is that if you keep watching and watching the way somebody is doing something and you are not trying to practice it, you will not know it. Sometimes you might just think in your mind, he did it like this, he did it like this, I can do it. It's until you are faced with that very situation that you know that you cannot really do it. So what you don't really know is that there is no way you will learn that skill without having the gadgets. Do you understand? So if you are enrolling for any class, either a digital class or a physical class or an online training, what you need to do is that even though you're not having that gadget for the very meantime, do well to just reach out to your kind-hearted friend and say, please, can you just help me with this? Okay? Do you understand? So you will need it because in that period of either 1 week or 2 weeks you'll be doing that training, there will be a practical aspect. And if you're not practicing what you are doing, you will not become good at it. Okay? When we were in school, very young as at then, now I'll tell you this very practical. I like to be very much practical. I was that very young folk that my parents are not that well to do. So all the textbooks that you will be thinking, this guy will have, I was not having a textbook. But you see some persons will call them a jebota, and you will see their bag, like their bag is very filled up. You'll be so shocked that they have almost all the textbooks. Do you understand? Like maths, English and everything. And if you check very well, these persons, they are doing very well in school. Why? Because after the class or whatever you are doing in school, when they go back home, they are checking almost what the teacher taught them in school. So they are doing very much well. But we are not having textbook, we are just there, just carrying one book to school and all of that. We are just trying our best. So what will actually make you do well in the skill you are learning is when you have the necessary gadgets that you will need to make sure you do well in that skill. You understand? There is no way you will do well in your skill when you are not having necessary gadget. Okay. Now the reason why you see some persons running and they think they are running in the right direction, and at the end of the day they are really on a wrong lane, is because most times you will see that when they started with the mindset of, okay, even though I don't have this gadget, I can still learn it. Or even though I'm not having this probably laptop or smartphone you'll be using for whatever you want to do, they are feeling like I can still do it. But sometimes you might just think it, but it is not really true. Do you understand? So how will you feel when you end up running and when you are almost at the end of your race, you are told that you've been running in the wrong direction? I think you want to feel very bad, isn't it? Yes. So if you want to do well in that skill you are learning, if you want to make sure you keep building and keep building, make sure that that skill is actually accompanied, or you are trying to make sure those gadgets you need are in place. So stop deceiving yourself, okay? Whatever you want to learn, make sure that you have that gadget and you have whatever you need to learn it, okay? Thank you for watching. Cheers.